I'm going to take a quick look in this hive, see what's going on. Probably not do a ton in here. Just want to see how well they're progressing. I'm doing oxalic acid treatment today, so I'm wearing these gloves to protect me from the acid. In case you were wondering. I did see a couple of hive beetles in here. So I want to see. Looks like I got 2 of them. I don't think there was a ton, but there were definitely some hive beetles. I'm going to do Swiffer. I'm going to put Swiffer sheets in most of these hives today. I want to make sure that the hive beetle population doesn't get out of hand. I'm trying to remember what was happening with these guys last week. Just the foundation in here, they're starting to draw that out a little bit up here. I want to spend a lot of time in here and just kind of see what's going on. This frame is honey, pretty much packed with honey. I doubt there's any brood on here. Oh, there is some brood. A little bit of brood in there. But they're backfilling it with honey and pollen. I just did a oxalic acid treatment on these guys. Looks like they drew this out on that side. This one's not drawn out. This is one of the ones I put in the middle last week to get them to draw it out. And I'm trying to see if there's... It's always so hard to find eggs on freshly drawn comb. I'm not seeing any, but it wouldn't surprise me if they were on there. The way the lighting is too, with the sun right now, it's making it a little difficult because of the way it's throwing shadows. So this is brood that's hatching out. Wouldn't surprise me if the queen was laying in there. Brood on this side.
Joe, when the brood hatches out, backfilling means they'll put honey in those cells or nectar?
When the brood hatches out, if they want to have a comb designated for honey, usually the combs on the end are designated for honey, they'll just, instead of putting brood in there, additional brood, they will just fill those empty cells with honey instead of brood. And then in the fall, after the brood, the final brood hatches out before winter, they will fill all of the brood cells with honey as well. And that is actually something that I'm going to be trying to do this year, is making sure that all of that empty brood area is backfilled with sugar water or honey for the winter, because I want to winter them in smaller space than I used to winter bees, but I want to make sure all of that space that brood used to be in is filled with honey. So right now these guys are progressing pretty well. I want to squish you guys. You gotta move out of the way. So I think I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Most of these are actually brood. There was one comb that was only half drawn. 6. Wow. Queen doesn't have much space to lay because they have so much capped brood. I've just mainly seen capped brood. Another frame of brood. Same on this side. Gonna make sure the queen's not on here. Put this one down. Wow. These guys have maxed out their space, pretty much.
Is that a split off of one of your other hives?
Yeah.
Wow.
So this side's not completed. This side is. This side's honey. Just spin that around. So these guys, now they have 8 drawn combs. Pretty much all of them have brood in them, except there's one honey one down here, one honey one down here, so I would say 6 frames of brood. Pretty well packed in. Probably 60% of the space, maybe 70 was used with brood. So there's going to be a lot of brood hatching out. Most of the brood was cap brood. It didn't look like there was a ton of space left for laying eggs. I think with these guys I really have to add a medium super on here. These guys surprised me with how much they progressed. It is amazing though when you have a frame of brood that hatches out. I think it's 1 frame of brood fills about 3, makes about 3 frames of bees. So I have about 6 frames of cap brood in there. They're going to need some space to expand real quick or they're going to want to swarm.